Night terrors are something that quite a number of children experience, but it can be confusing to know if it is in fact a night terror and also what causes it.
Waiting. Don't
Today I am answering your sleep question. Could night terrors be caused by overtiredness, overheating, and possibly hunger? Hi, I'm Nikki, one of the founders of a company called Little Ones and mother to 3 beautiful children. At Little Ones, we specialise in infant and child sleep through a comprehensive set of online sleep programs. Without knowing the age of the little one in this week's question, I'm going to just give you a little bit of information about night terrors in general. So a night terror is different from a nightmare, and generally we would see night terrors happening in children over the age of about 3 years old. Night terrors tend to happen in the first part of the night, so the sleep before midnight. Interestingly, there's no evidence that suggests that what the child is experiencing during these episodes is in fact terrifying for them, as a nightmare would be. Night terrors get their name because it is quite terrifying to watch. My own son had night terrors for quite a while, and I remember the first time my husband saw one of these episodes, he was quite alarmed. He was sort of saying, what on earth is happening with Max? But what it looks like is your child appears to be awake. They are screaming, they are moaning, they are very agitated. They're either thrashing around in their bed, or they might even be sitting up, or they might have even gotten out of bed. It seems like they are trapped in a really horrific nightmare and they can't wake up. The way to know it as a night terror is the timing, because like I said, they generally happen in the sleep before midnight, but also the fact that your child is not awake. They might seem awake, their eyes might be open. If you talk to them, they won't respond coherently or logically to you, and they are in fact actually still asleep. For today's question, if your little one is younger than about 2.5 to 3 years old, I'm going to suggest that possibly they're not having an actual night terror in the first place. And we can have a look at what else might be causing that wakefulness. If they're over that age, then chances are, yes, they are having a night terror. When your child's experiencing a night terror, there's not too much you can do other than keep an eye on them and make sure that they're safe, that they're not walking off down the stairs while they're not actually properly awake. In some instances, you do have to try and wake your child up. I actually had to do this recently with my youngest. It's quite hard to wake them up. That was because she was becoming so distressed. She was screaming and waking my other children up. But generally with a night terror, your child is okay. They will usually settle themselves back down and just drop back asleep, and the next morning have no recollection of the event whatsoever. While there's nothing that definitively causes night terrors, there are things that are thought to contribute to night terrors. And your question is asking whether overtiredness, overheating, and hunger are contributing factors. Certainly the first two are. Definitely overtiredness. Making sure that your little one is getting a decent early bedtime and that they're not really overtired heading to bed is quite crucial to avoiding night terrors. And overheating can certainly be a factor too, especially if where you are living it is pretty hot during summer, and depending on the age of your child, they might not be very good at regulating their own body temperature with their blankets. So maybe they don't think to kind of throw off their blankets or put them back on if they get cold. These can be contributing factors to night terrors as well. Hunger, not so much so. If you're worrying that hunger is contributing to a night terror, it suggests to me that your child is younger than the age where they do actually start getting night terrors. So I'm wondering if your child is waking for other reasons, and it could just be overtiredness, or that they're just a bit too hot and sticky, and maybe they need a drink of water. Thankfully, night terrors generally don't hang around for that long and will generally resolve themselves, and giving your child an earlier decent bedtime is a really good way to help stave off if your child is susceptible to having night terrors. I hope that's been helpful. Please head to our website if you're interested in more advice around this topic and around any other topic to do with infant, toddler and child sleep. Thank you very much for watching today. Please subscribe here to our YouTube channel and like this video, and I'll talk to you again next week.